morning and welcome to yoga on this Friday. Today, let's just do a little bit of combination of some stretching like usual. And we did some downward dog, upward dog transitions the other day. So maybe a couple more of those today just to really get that spine limbered up. And yeah, let's start out in simple cross-legged pose. And just take a second to let yourself get comfortable here. And just try to keep that spine nice and straight, shoulders relaxed. Nice deep breaths from the belly. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the arms overhead. Reach up through the fingers and release. One more time. Up through those fingertips. And release. And let's go ahead, keep that butt on the floor. Just walk those hands out in front with the head rest neutral. And let's walk those hands over to the left side. And back to center. And over to the right side. Back to center. And slowly come back up. And let's go ahead, take that left arm across the body and just hold that right hand in front of it. Get a good stretch for the shoulder. It's always good to warm up the shoulders and stretch them out when you're going to do any kind of upward dog, downward dog, plank poses, just to make sure that the joint is nice and loosened up. Same thing with that right side. And release. Let's go ahead, take that left hand to the back, hold on to the left elbow. And release. And then same thing with that right side. And release. And let's go ahead and come up into a squat. Again, either keeping the hands down in front or just on the legs, back nice and straight if you have your hands up here. A couple of nice deep breaths here. And then let's go ahead, put the hands down and straighten up into a forward bend. And just let the arms and the head and the top of the body relax here. Let the legs do all the work. And then very slowly come all the way up. Roll those shoulders back a couple times. Keep the feet about shoulder width apart in mountain pose. Let's go ahead and take those arms up. Reach up through the fingers, come up to the toes. And release. One more time. And release. Let's go ahead and walk those feet out just a little bit wider and keep both feet planted into the ground. Bring the arms up. Let's take this left wrist in the right hand and just stretch over to that right side. And you don't have to go real far on these, just go to where you can feel a stretch through that side. Back to center and release. Bring the arms back up. Right wrist in that left hand, stretching over to the left side. Back to center and release. And let's go ahead. Keep that left heel planted, left foot at a little bit of an angle, right foot out. And let's just take the hands behind the back, interlocking the fingers, roll the shoulders back, and then just slowly come forward over that right leg. If you want, you can keep the hands down on the back, or you can bring the arms up. And just take some deep stretches here, getting that right leg stretched out, the right glute and hip. And then slowly back up. And let's switch sides. Hands behind the back again, come down over that left leg. And back up. Come back to center. Let's come down into a forward bend. Just let the hands rest down. And let's just shift the weight to that right a little bit, just bending the right knee. Back to center and to the left. And let's just do this a couple more times. And then to center, and we're going to keep this left hand on the ground. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. And we're just going to reach up with that right arm. Nice deep breaths here, really opening the side of the body. And release. And right hand down, left arm up. And release. And let's bring the hands back up. Bring those feet back together. And let's turn to the side. Nice deep inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale down into a forward fold. Come down onto the hands and knees. And let's extend that left arm and the right foot behind you. And release. And go ahead and do that right arm in front and the left leg behind. And release. Just go ahead, sit back on those heels, open the knees just a little bit, and slide those arms forward. And then slowly come back up to the hands and knees. And let's lift both knees, coming up into downward dog. Pushing back from those hands, down through the legs. And it's easy to not focus on breathing here, but in this pose especially, it's important to really let yourself go with it. You need to focus on that breathing. Just try, and don't force it, just let it come naturally. And then let's go ahead, come back down to the knees, sit back, press the hands into the legs, straight back. And then come forward again, up into downward dog. Nice deep breaths. And back down to the knees, back onto the heels. Get a good stretch, opening up that chest. When we're in downward dog, we're opening up the back of the body, and it's good to also open up the front of the body. Gives you a chance to catch a couple of nice deep breaths. And then let's go back into downward dog one more time today. Nice deep breaths. If you want to stretch out the calves a little more, you can pedal the feet, or you can just keep both feet down. And just focus on each inhale and each exhale. And then slowly come to the knees. And once more, sit back on those heels. Straighten up the back. Nice deep breaths here. And then we're going to come down onto the belly. And we're going to do a couple of chest openers, and then we're going to move through a couple of planks, side planks and forward planks. And with these, just take them in stride. When your core gets strengthened enough, it'll become easier. But if our cores are a little bit weaker than we would like, then plank positions can be very uncomfortable and frustrating. So just take them with grace, and whenever you need to rest, you just take the rest, okay? And let's just start out by pressing those hands down into the floor, lifting the top of the body off the mat. And then come back down. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands gently into the floor as you press or lift the body up. And back down. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring the forearms down. And I like to just kind of bring my hands together in front. We're going to come up onto the knees first and take a couple of deep breaths here. This is also your resting and reprieve position for planks. So anytime that you need to take a rest for a few seconds, just come back to this, okay? And then let's go ahead, lift those toes or knees up, coming into a plank. And the trick with these is to keep that body in as straight a line as you can. So if I could come up to you, I should be able to put a cup of coffee on your back. And you're going to feel shaky, and it's going to feel weak. As soon as you start to feel your lower body kind of doing one of these, or any pressure down in here at all, that's when you come to that rest position, okay? Even if you hold the plank for a few seconds in first, you want to take it nice and easy because you want to get that core strengthened. Let's take another rest breath here. And then let's move back into the plank one more time. Nice deep breaths. And then come to the knees and sit back up. Good job. And even if you just practice that, here and there, a couple seconds at a time, it's incredible how much it really does build the core strength in the abs and the lower back, okay? And we're going to come down onto our left side. We're going to keep on the left elbow to start with. Well, there's a couple of ways that you can do these side planks. So we're going to start on the elbow, both legs out. The modification or position for this is to come up onto that left knee. right arm up and keep that left knee down. This is just creating a nice stretch and strengthening position for the side of the body. If you want to come up to both feet, you can do that. You can keep this elbow down, or you can come up onto the left hand and reach up with that right arm. So just play with it a little bit, see what feels the best. This is the more intense version. So if you're not feeling it, come down and take it to the elbow. And if you're still not feeling it, take it to the one leg. There's no wrong way to do these. And each day is going to feel different, right? And each side is going to feel different. So just work with it. Let's go ahead, come over onto the right side, starting out, right elbow down, right knee down, left arm up. And then if you want, you can come up, bringing both feet, and extending that left arm, or you can come up onto the right hand, and then slowly come back down. Good job. We're going to come back, bringing our feet together. Hold on to the toes. Go ahead and just come down, pressing the body towards the feet. And then come back up. Hold on to the ankles. Open the chest. Nice. And let's go ahead and straighten those legs out and come up into a nice forward bend over the legs. You can always keep a soft bend in the knees if you want here, and try to just keep those toes pointed towards the ceiling. And then come back up. And let's bend that left knee down. Come down over that right leg. And back up. And switch legs. Left leg out in front. And come back up. And let's go ahead and come over on to your back. And we're going to take both knees, bend them into the chest. Let those shoulders relax down. If you want to rock from side to side, you can. Just let the breath start to slow down naturally. And then we're going to keep the knees bent, and we're just going to grab onto either the toes, the ankles, or the shins and come up into happy baby pose. And again here, sometimes it feels good to just rock gently from side to side. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly bring those feet together and back down to the mat. Let's extend that left leg out. Bring that right knee in towards the chest and kind of up towards that right armpit. And let's take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Bring that leg over the body to the left. Get a good stretch for the glute and hip on that right side. And come back to center. Hug that knee in one more time. And then extend the right leg out. Same thing with that left knee here. Bend it in towards the chest and kind of up towards that left armpit. And then take that right hand to the outside of the left leg. Bring it over the body to the right. Just relax into it and allow yourself to work with your breath here. So each exhale, just try to relax a little bit further. And then slowly come back to center. Squeeze that knee in one more time. And release. Let's go ahead. Bring the feet together. Let those knees drop open. And just let the hands rest on that belly. And let's just focus on each breath. Let the belly expand and fill the hands on each inhale and empty on each exhale. Let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And then go ahead and stretch the arms up above the head, reaching up through those fingertips, pressing the feet gently together. And then go ahead, let's bring those arms around and just let the hands drop open. Extend the legs out, let the feet drop open. Keep the eyes closed. And just take some nice deep breaths here, relaxing each part of the body little by little. Feeling the back of the body being supported by the ground. Letting the top of the body be light and open. And just become aware of any parts of your body that are sore or tense. And try to use each breath to help relax them. Take a couple more nice deep breaths here. And let's move the fingers and the toes. Slowly bend the knees in and roll yourself up. Come to a simple cross-legged pose. And we're gonna take a few deep breaths here. Let's just go ahead, bring those hands behind the back, interlock the fingers. If you want, you can lift the arms away from the body or just keep them down towards the back. Breathe through that chest, opening the shoulders. And then release those arms. Let's go ahead, take a nice deep breath up. Hands together. Exhale, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release. And let's go ahead and just keep that butt down. Take one more nice stretch forward. And then just come down if you can to the elbows, trying to keep that butt still on the floor. Head stays neutral. And then slowly walk the hands back. Let's just bring the hands to the heart. Take a moment and thank yourself for doing something healthy and positive today. Namaste.